Hi everyone, welcome to Get Ready and Get Weird with Marcella. I am Marcella. I'm so happy that you're here with me today. We are talking about the goblin shark today, and it is quite the fish. So keep watching to learn more about what they look like, how they hunt, what color are they, which might not be what you expect, as well as some about their mysterious life cycle, and then we can learn about some of the monsters in movies that have been inspired by this weird, strange looking animal. We are still partnering with Red Rose Clothing Company for my Spooky October series. While I know that this video will likely not be up until November, today, technically, while I'm sitting here filming it, it is still October. It's October 31st. Happy Halloween. I planned on getting this video shot a little bit earlier this week. I honestly didn't have a great mental health week. It rained a lot this week here in Dallas, and rain and me and lack of sunlight and my mood just really don't go well together. The sun is out today though. Once I'm done filming, I will be outside with my dog going on some sort of adventure, so don't worry, I am doing much better now. That is why this video is not up in actual October, but that does not mean that you missed out on the deal with Red Rose Clothing Company. You can always use Rose 1985 for 10% off of her site. I am wearing the Goblin Shark shirt today. Again, I will put a little montage of me wearing these shirts so you can see what it looks like on an actual body. These shirts are so soft. I didn't mention that in my satanic leaf-tailed gecko video, and truly they are so soft, and I really am impressed with the quality as well as the great design that Brittany provided for these 4 shirts in the collaboration that we are doing. Those 4 shirts are bats, wolffish, satanic leaf-tailed gecko, and today the goblin shark. Thank you again for checking her out. Please give her a follow on Instagram and check out what she has on her site. It's not just t-shirts, and she's able to customize it any way that you really like. So dream it up, talk to Brittany about it, and she will work with you to create something that you're happy with. With that being said, let's jump right into this video. There was a little bit of technical difficulty, and the eye look was supposed to be quick, but really wasn't. Kind of supposed to be sharky, like a shark fins or something. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share my channel or this video with anyone who you think would be interested in learning about all things weird. Let's jump right into the video. Hi everyone, I'm here with my clean face, ready to talk to you about goblin sharks. Goblin sharks are a very intriguing shark. I learned some new things about sharks in general while doing this research, as well as just some very intriguing facts about goblin sharks. Let's dive right in. Goblin sharks are most often found near Japan. That's actually also where it got its name, the goblin shark. Japanese fishermen, when they would accidentally catch these funny looking sharks, thought that they looked like one of the characters in Japanese folklore, and translated, it is either goblin shark or elfin shark. That is why this weird looking shark has the name goblin shark, because when Japanese fishermen used to see it or accidentally catch it, it reminded them of one of the mythical characters in their folklore, their folk stories, and that was translated to goblin. So what about these sharks made fishermen think that they looked like goblins? As you've probably seen in photos, or I'll show you some photos now, the goblin shark has a large protruding nose. It almost looks kind of like a sword. From above, it looks like a sword kind of sticking out. Long and protruding. Also, you can see its teeth, whether or not its mouth is closed or open. While this shark is mostly encountered along the coasts of Japan, it is also found for the edges of continents and many oceans. So it has a very large range. It's not just found near Japan. It can really be found along the continental shelves of many continents. You'll normally find it very deep in the ocean, like I mentioned, along continental shelves, but it can also be found, the juveniles can sometimes be found within 90 feet of the surface. Along with this huge nose and protruding teeth, these sharks notably have small eyes. Because of their small eyes, as well as the fact that they swim so deep in such dark water, it is likely that these sharks, these fish, use other senses besides their sight more often to find food and navigate. Something very intriguing that I found out, I remember hearing about this in the past, but I don't remember really looking into it very deeply. The senses that this shark uses might actually include the use of their nose, their protruding nose, in a way that I honestly hadn't heard much about. Some scientists believe that their long nose could help them locate prey using the electrical signals that their prey emit underwater. So what these scientists suggest is that the sharks that have this sensory system have a completely different sensory system than what we are used to or live with ourselves. A system that allows these sharks to pick up the electrical signals given off by their prey. That just helps them find their prey in the dark, deep ocean. Another shark that scientists believe could have this same sensory system is the hammerhead shark. That would explain why both the hammerhead shark and the goblin shark have such protruding and strangely shaped noses, to provide more room for this sensory system to pick up these electrical signals. The life cycle of this shark is fairly a mystery. They're kind of hard to study in the wild. They're loners. They don't travel in large schools of sharks, just like most sharks are isolated. They live alone and travel alone and hunt alone. So there hasn't been a lot of research done on them in the wild. The research that we have done is documented, and that is what we have to go on. What we do know about their life cycle is that they do mate through internal fertilization and gives birth to live babies, not eggs. The mama shark does not connect to the baby sharks in her belly via a placenta like we do and many mammals do. The babies inside of the mama shark actually eat unfertilized eggs that the mother produces within her body for the baby sharks to eat. When the baby sharks are born, they are fairly large and are ready to go be hunters on their own. They're done eating those unfertilized eggs and they're ready for some real food. As the shark grows, it can grow to be 12 feet long and 460 pounds. The biggest recorded one was 12.6 feet long and 463 pounds. The large snout is actually called a rostrum, and although I've mentioned that it could be used for the sensing of prey's electronic signals, many of the places that I got this information from mentioned that we don't know for sure what its snout is used for. Other suggestions besides the electronic signal capturing is to find food in crevices, so using its nose in small crevices to get food. Another prominent feature on this shark's face, as I mentioned, is its jaw. So the teeth are never fully hidden within its mouth, and its jaw is actually connected to stretchy, elastic ligaments and skin. It's like 3 inches of skin, and the ligaments allow the jaw to extend from its face, grab its prey, pull it back in. and its jaw then is reset in place. So when prey comes within striking distance, this mechanism comes in handy. They can reach out, grab their prey, pull it back in, and enjoy their meal. This is also handy because the shark is fairly slow moving, stays towards the bottom, and moves pretty slowly. According to one article that I read, if humans had this same ability, we would be able to grab food out of the air that was dangling 7 inches away from our faces. So that could actually be pretty handy. If you were at the movie theater and you were eating popcorn, if you just had the popcorn like right here, you could just, you know, I mean, I would do that for sure. What else could we use it for? If someone had something on their plate that we wanted to try, and we could just kind of, hey, I have a secret to tell you, and just take a bite off their plate. It's probably good I don't have this ability. My friends and family are thankful that I don't have that ability, I'm sure. This unique ability that the shark has to shoot his mouth, catapult its mouth forward, has been called the slingshot method or slingshot feeding. Maybe one day I can have slingshot feeding abilities. Can you imagine how all that extra skin would look like? Another interesting fact about the jaw of this shark is that it can open to a 111-degree angle. So not only can it shoot out, it can then open super wide, 111 degrees wide. Even though it's a very slow, flabby hunter, that is how I read it being described, it can really hunt and strike and can be a very successful predator. That is why scientists do believe that this method of feeding could have been adapted, is because of the slow moving. There's not really a big burst of speed that this shark has in it. Its fins are small and it's just a little pudgy shark going slow. They have found in the shark's stomach squids, crustaceans, octopus, shrimp, and fin rays. Don't you wish you could just copy paste one side to the other side? That would be so easy. No! Not my #1 favorite eyeliner I've ever done in my life, but it's sharkish, sharky inspired. Lashes make everything better. Another intriguing thing about these sharks is that you'd expect them to just be the plain gray like we normally see with other sharks, with normal sharks. But the truth is these sharks their skin is translucent. So with the blood vessels underneath, they actually range from a whitish pink color to a purpley gray color. This coloring was discovered in 1976 when researchers saw a almost pink, light pink colored shark, and it was on the verge of death. After these sharks die, they do turn a gray or brownish gray color. So these sharks are not necessarily the classic gray color we would think of when we think of other sharks. There have been a few movie monsters inspired by these goblin sharks. Knifehead from Pacific Rim, which came out. Okay, we just had some technical difficulties, so let me get back into the swing of it. Before my camera so rudely cut me off, I was saying that Knifehead from the 2013 movie Pacific Rim was based on the Goblin shark. I am not a movie buff. I have not seen that movie, so I'm not going to pretend I know who Knifehead is. Another movie monster that paid homage to the Goblin shark is the Neomorph in Alien Covenant that came out in 2017. Another movie that I haven't seen. If you know me in person and you like movies, you know that I have not seen many movies, many of the popular movies. I am just not a movie head. So if you are a movie head and you know those two movies, Alien Covenant and Pacific Rim, then maybe you recognize the inspiration for those monsters. And I will insert some photos for those of you who are like me and have not seen the movie, the movies mentioned. That way we can see the resemblances as well. Okay, eyebrows and eyes are done. This was supposed to be a simple look. It wasn't supposed to take this long, but that's what I get. That's what I get. That's all I gotta say. I'm gonna do a neutral lip. In the 2017 movie Alien Covenant, the Neomorph has protruding jaws, and that was also inspired by the Goblin shark. That is what I have for you today in regards to the Goblin shark. We talked about what they look like, where they live, a little bit about their life cycle and their diet. Even though there's not much known about them, they are a bit of a mystery. We also talked about the sense that sharks might have that we don't, which includes being able to feel or sense the electronic signals that their prey give off. And we talked about the color of the shark as well as the inspiration that this shark has had on a few of the movie monsters that we may have seen. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this video. I'm so glad that you were here to hang out with me while I did this, what I thought would be a simple eyeliner look. Took me much longer than I planned. Please don't forget that we do still have the collaboration with Red Rose Clothing Company. To get 10% off, use the code ROSE1985. Today I'm wearing the Goblin Shark tee. Be sure to check her out. Give her a follow on Instagram. Again, even if you don't plan on buying anything or you're not able to buy anything or you don't have anything in mind right now, following a small business on Instagram or social media in general is a big help in getting eyes on their product. So I would appreciate if you followed her on Instagram and take a look, because there are quite a few items of attire. It's not even just t-shirts. With that being said, thank you again for clicking to watch. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and share my videos or my channel with anyone who you think would be interested in learning more about this planet that we live on. And don't forget to stay weird.